Our capstone project this year was Bodie Moonlight Gardens, and it's working with Bodie Moonlight Gardens up in Algona, Iowa.
Applied conservation practices project.
Our capstone project, our client is Correct Tool Company, and we were covering the ergonomic process at Correct Tool.
So our project was working with Iowa Select Farms, getting overall manure level in the pit, and so we came up with this device that is very user-friendly, and our client was very happy with our product.
The part I enjoyed the most is working with a solid team, because we were able to push our strengths and become the most beneficial team members for the overall project.
I enjoyed when we brought all the data in. We got to start looking at fields, really getting our hands into the project.
Showing kind of where you began and where you ended up. It was pretty satisfying.
Favorite part would definitely be getting to know the employees at Craig, but really just being able to develop those relationships and see, this is what industry looks like and this is what we can be doing with our major.
Actually physically making a prototype, it's something to be proud of.
And I'm also a people person, so I really liked working with a client and then taking their idea and merging it with our ideas and seeing a product come to life.
I think one of the biggest challenges we ran into was coordinating schedules. We've got quite a few people you're working with, 3 team members, the instructor, mentors, clients, and so that was one of those things that ideally it'd be nice to have everybody together in one shot, but you can't always do that.
I would say patience. A lot of our work was grinding out, looking at the topographic maps and just working through each and every field. I mean, each of us had between 25 and 30 fields, so sometimes it got a little bit repetitive.
It's the fact that everyone has a different schedule, so it's a matter of managing everyone's time, and it's hard to come into an agreement when it comes to when can we meet so that it's efficient.
I mean, there's no right answer. There's multiple solutions to every problem, so really honing in on what route we want to take.
You gotta find the solution. There's no look in the back of the book, find the answer. You gotta find it yourself.
It's really important that students understand that it's very easy to put something on paper and tell people this is what you're going to do and this is how it should work. But in reality, to actually get an idea and see it through to the end, to have a working prototype, is a very time-consuming process.
This is where you can really take all of your years of schooling and all those things you learned way back freshman year and pull them all together and have a finished product at the end. Whereas a lot of your classes, you get a grade here, you get an actual finished product at the end that you get to show off.
Jump on it early. Yeah. It'll catch up to you.
Yep.
Consider the fact that, like we mentioned, we all have different schedules, but you also have to take into consideration your mentor schedule and your client schedule. That's where it gets kind of tricky.
Take on a challenging project. Don't take on something that's going to be easy and you can get done in as little time as possible.
Prepare ahead of time because there's going to be lots of bumps along the road and you're going to come into lots of problems that you wouldn't expect. So just being prepared and being able to overcome those would probably be my piece of advice.
The student team members said it best that you really have to jump on these projects as early as possible.